She got on the stand and told you what her intent was. Her intent was to kill. That's murder. We actually, even though we have no duty, we showed you how this was a reasonable mistake.
Was it murder or was it a deadly mistake? The jury, as we speak, deciding the fate of former Dallas police officer Amber Guyger. It is 5 p.m. I'm Doug Dunbar. It's good to have you. Jurors have been actually behind closed doors just over 4 hours now by my count. They got the case in the neighborhood of about 12:50 this afternoon. Guyger, of course, as you know, stands accused of shooting Botham Jean in his apartment. She is a former Dallas police officer who claims that she thought that Jean was in her apartment the night that she shot him. We have team coverage as we get underway, as families in the city wait for a verdict today. Let's start with J.D. Miles, been dissecting the closing arguments as they heard them earlier this morning. J.D.?
Doug, the jury will have a decision of murder, manslaughter, or not guilty. The judge added the charge of manslaughter to give the jury more options, but this jury's job will be to determine if Amber Guyger made a reasonable mistake or her actions that night were intentional, which would be murder, or reckless, which would be manslaughter.
This is not one of those things where you could just say, whoops, too bad for you, buddy, you're buried 6 feet under, I'm going on about my life. No.
Prosecutors called Amber Guyger's actions inexcusable during her murder trial's closing arguments. From her missing the warning sign, she was headed into the wrong apartment on the wrong floor at the Southside Flats, to her failure to follow proper deadly force procedures when she shot and killed Botham Jean.
Because this case is all about what is reasonable and what is absurd. Guy goes out hunting. He's going to hunt a deer, all right? He thinks he shoots a deer. He ends up shooting a person who's dressed as a deer. That's a mistake of fact.
But defense attorneys say the state is required to disprove their mistake of fact defense, and prosecutors failed.
And if they can't do that, it's not guilty.
Guyger's defense team also told the jury to ignore irrelevant evidence that she was sexting and calling her patrol partner before the shooting, as well as evidence she did little to try and save Jean's life while he was dying.
Because yes, anyone laying there mortally wounded needs to be tended to. But what does that have to do with what happened in the apartment or what you decide? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's designed to get you upset, to get you emotional.
And back here live, we just got word that the light that is outside the jury room that the jury will activate when they have a question or reach a verdict is on. So we're going to find out in a few minutes what that is. If Guyger is convicted of murder, she faces anywhere from 5 to 99 years in prison. If she's convicted of manslaughter, that's 2 to 20. The jury is sequestered, so the judge is going to let them deliberate as long as they want to into the evening, but we may have a verdict here soon, or we may have a question. We'll get back to you with more when we hear. Live in Dallas, J.D. Miles, CBS 11 News.
J.D., thank you very much. All right, so we're going to be on standby. That light he's talking about, very evidence right in the courtroom. Red light means question or possible verdict. So J.D. will get back to us immediately. We'll get it on the air if something happens there of relevance. So as the jurors continue their deliberations, there is reaction to today's closing statements that were made, the arguments. Steve Pickett is live for us, Crowley Courthouse as well, with more on prosecutors and the defense side of things today. Steve?
Really talking to their contemporaries, other attorneys in this building to get their sense of all of this. One attorney telling me he views this case as unprecedented, and it is that word that you heard in JD's report and what we've heard over and over again in this trial, the word reasonable. Was it reasonable for this former officer to shoot this man?
My gut is that the jury would probably find this as a manslaughter.
I have done this a long time, and I can tell you, you cannot make a reasonable prediction.
Two highly skilled criminal defense attorneys with hundreds of cases in the same Dallas County courthouse under their belts have joined others monitoring and watching the case that's captured the nation's attention.
A guilty verdict in this case does not mean you hate police.
Prosecutors call Amber Guyger's shooting death of Botham Jean murder. Defense attorneys asked this jury to acquit Guyger, saying a horrible mistake is not enough to possibly send the former officer to prison. Attorneys Myra McIntosh and Doug Shopmeyer.
I can tell you that that jury will work hard to do the best job they can, and that there's no reasonable way for us to predict what they will do, except look at the same body of evidence that they've been offered up.
For me, I think that her actions were clearly reckless, because even if you get to mistake of fact, then you have to ask yourself, what would a reasonable person have done?
Civil attorneys for the Jean family say they believe this jury will hold Guyger accountable.
We do want Amber Guyger to be held responsible for her acts, but based on her testimony alone, the fact that she said that she intended to kill both of them, we think it should be nothing less than murder.
And Daryl Washington and the others, they now know about that red light. They are returning to that courtroom right now to find out if there's somehow possibly a verdict from this jury, or again, as JD mentioned, a possible question regarding it. We, of course, will update you when we get that information. For now, reporting live, Steve Pickett, CBS 11 News.
Steve, we know you will. Thanks. So as Steve just talked about, here is that light. This is the one JD told us about 3 minutes ago, the jury call button, as they call it. It currently is illuminated in the courtroom. This is just video of it to show you what it looks like. It's pretty simple. Going to keep a watch on developments, though. Again, the light is illuminated. Keep it here. Find out if there is a verdict or if there is a question from the jury. The moment we know, you'll hear it here, and you'll hear it first.